sent in my permits.
Fantastic. Well done. That's great.
Okay, I'll just give it another minute.
Make sure you guys check out your Insta tomorrow. There's going to be a teaser.
Oh,
And that's the teaser.
And that's
teaser. Teaser for the teaser.
Yes.
Kim is here for she's all about the teasers.
It was so exciting. Yep.
So fun.
We're all about the teasers, aren't we?
Yeah.
We are.
Okay, I think we'll get started. Everyone can join. I'll just admit them as they come along. So welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's an honor and privilege to have all of you here. We've got a fantastic presentation tonight, and you know, you give so much of yourselves to Terry and to the foundation each and every day. We love to see all these familiar faces come back and some new faces in the audience as well. So thank you for giving to Terry and to all of us. Hopefully we can give back a little bit tonight. And just to go over a little bit of housekeeping before I hand it over to Bruna and her wonderful team, we are recording the session tonight, and we'll make sure that we upload it to our Run Organizer YouTube channel and send out the link on Friday. And if you have any questions at all, please feel free to raise your hand, really any body part, you know, wave, scream, holler, and we'll try and get to you. But there will be pauses throughout the presentation, so there'll be time for questions. And also feel free to drop them in the chat, and make sure to identify your run site or run location as well as your province, and that way we can follow up with you. So welcome, and Bruna, I'm going to hand it over to you and your team to make your introductions.
Perfect. Good evening, good afternoon to everyone. We are so excited to spend this hour with you, with this great team, Talking Teams. We're delighted. Thank you very much for joining us. We know some of you very well, and some of you we are hoping to get to know very well at some point over the next year. So we'll give you some contact information. We'll get you started. We're the Teams department. So we are the group that will support every effort that you put into your Terry Fox run, in particular when you're recruiting teams or groups to your run site. We have a great presentation coming up, put together by the Teams department. And so I just want to take a moment to welcome everyone and then turn it over to our team. So I just want to really quickly sort of like raise your hand if you, when I call out your name as part of our Teams department, to say hello to everyone. And then I'm going to hand it over to our sort of lead for the evening, Julie. So maybe we can start with Julie. So Julie Perkis, can you just self-identify? These are
Here I am.
Manager. There you are. I can't see anybody. I can't see anybody, so I don't know. So Julie is, and Janet, who looks after our workplace teams.
Hi, everyone.
There we go. Catherine, who works behind the scene tirelessly to make sure everybody looks as good as they feel on run day. She looks after all the team shirts, so that gives you guys all a little break and make sure everybody looks fabulous on run day. She always makes sure as well that all the data is clean, so you've got great information when you want to reach out to your team captains.
Hi there.
Hi. And then our wonderful summer student this summer, Michaela, who's basically do everything to everyone in our Teams department, is keeping us all sane as we move into this very, very busy time of year. So say hello, Michaela.
Hi.
Wonderful. And then, you know, and obviously special greetings to all of my colleagues, all of our colleagues across this country who joined this call because they believe in everything that you're doing and are here to support your efforts. So it is, I'm so looking forward to sort of seeing where everyone is from in the chat. And again, we are so happy to have you today, but I don't want to take up too much time. So I'm going to turn this over to Julie. So we have lots of time for you guys to talk to us during and after the presentation. Julie?
Thank you, Bruna. And for those of you who don't know Bruna, she's our fearless leader, the VP of everything. And she is also currently very involved in the Terry Fox National Ride of Hope. And if you haven't checked that out yet, you really should, because it's an incredible effort by 8 athletes who are riding from Vancouver, well, from the West Coast, from the Pacific Ocean to St. John's, Newfoundland to the Atlantic Ocean. And they are, they've almost raised $1 million so far. So we're very excited about that happening right now. And yeah, just wanted to mention that. That's Bruna. She's amazing. She's our fearless leader. I was going to introduce the team. So actually, I'm just going to go ahead and move to the second slide and hand it off to Janet. If I could make it move to, there we go. There we go.
Perfect. So I was pretty happy to get this slide. So congratulations to all of you. We had 4,324 teams across the country in 2024 and raised $6.1 million. So 55% of all revenue came from teams. On average, a team brings in $1,400 worth of fundraising, where an average participant would bring in about 300. So the impact of teams in your run sites is enormous. They not only bring fundraising, they bring energy and numbers and excitement. So there are a couple of different kinds of teams. We've got teams. So team is U plus one. So they can be two, they can be hundreds. They can be friends and family teams. They can be workplace teams, organization teams. So organizations could be alumni associations, they could be sporting organizations. So that's where your sort of hockey teams and soccer teams fall into things. And then very importantly, we have our tribute teams. So those are our teams that are formed across all the categories in memory or in honor of somebody who is currently dealing with cancer or has lost someone to cancer. So I am thrilled again to congratulate all of you for your very hard work last year in bringing teams to your run site. And I think we are ready for the next slide.
Excellent transition. So the first question we want to ask you all is, do you know your teams and do you know your team captains? And the reason that this is important is because teams and team captains really can be sort of an informal part of your run committee. So if you have teams at your run, they're going to be recruiting other people to your team or to your run site, excuse me. They're going to be fundraising significantly more than an individual participant in most cases. And they're also going to be out promoting your run around the community. So, team captains really are a powerful, for lack of a better word, tool for you all to meet up with, to talk to, and to work with to help promote your run site. So it's important that they know you, and it's important that you know them, and they are sort of unicorns in your community, and getting to know them will really help support your run site.
So what and where are teams? So like I was just saying, teams, this is a new little formula we're using, are anyone plus one, any place, anywhere. So think about, your day. You start your day and you walk your dog with your, friends down the street, and you have your cousins. My team is called Cousin Magic. It's a team with all of my cousins in Toronto. Neighbors, book clubs, hobby clubs. Again, as I was saying, in the workplace and organization, there is a very wide range. Just like a team can be, two people, and it can be hundreds of people. Your workplace and organization team can be a store on Main Street. It can be, we have, places where you get your hair done, veterinary clinics, dental clinics, but also they can be larger, financial services companies. They can be gyms. We have, again, in the organization space, organize alumni associations, sports teams. We have a great group that has an entire sports organization, and the coach is the captain, and all the teams are teams in the run. So there are lots of different ways that you can organize yourself. I work mainly with workplace teams, and there are teams that are also national teams. So can be sort of set up in two ways. So you can have a national team that is anchored in one place. and has people from all across the country that join it. And so all the fundraising and all the participants filter through that whatever run site they choose to anchor in. And you also have companies who choose to have multi-site teams. So they're a national company. An example would be some of you will have seen PharmaChoice Canada teams, pharmacies that have popped up in your run sites. So they have 1,100 independent member pharmacies across the country, and they will anchor in multiple sites everywhere, nationally, everywhere. So teams can be big or small, and they can be set up in various ways. But literally, if you start to think teams, you will see them everywhere. So next slide.
I was getting a nice smile with Debbie's cat there. Sorry.
Oh.
Got a little distracted. I got a little distracted by the cat. So we wanted to tell you a little bit about what we can do for you, because we are here as a resource to support you in bringing teams to your run and in stewarding them throughout the run season. So just a quick list of some of the things we do. We will manage your team registrations online. So if you have a team that you want us to register, we'll actually do that for you. You can send us their information and we'll take care of it. If they're a returning team, it's really easy. We just need to confirm the team captain name and confirm the email is the same. If they're a new team, we need a little bit more information, but it's just a regular registration. We provide phone and email support to teams and to you if you have questions about teams. We can provide you with team contact lists. This is a really powerful tool. We can give you your list from last year, and we can give you your list of teams that have registered so far this year, so that you can go back and try and re-register the people that were with you last year as well, and bring them back again this year. We can help in organizing team kickoffs. If you're local, we can come. We're more than happy to come out and chat with your teams and help you with a kickoff. We can also provide resources like speakers. We can provide shirts. We can provide all of those things that you need for a kickoff. We have lots of recruitment and stewardship resources, which we're going to share with you in a few minutes. Some are customized for your specific run site, which are fantastic. Again, one-to-one team support for run organizers. So if you have questions about teams, if you need support with your teams, we are here to help you. It's never, we're never further away than a phone call or an email. And for those of you who are at the Ontario workshop, you will know our email. It is teams@terryfox.org. Super easy. You can email us anytime. And then we can provide run site assets for teams recognition. So we're working on a couple of new things this year. One is a teams recognition banner. It will be similar to the, oh my gosh, the word is gone. The one that everyone signs. It'll be similar to
dedication poster.
Yeah, sorry, thank you. Oh my goodness, I lost
Dedication
the word.
poster.
It'll be similar to the dedication poster, but it'll be a place where you can recognize your teams. So you can just write the team names, or you can ask your teams to write their names. And it's a really nice way of recognizing and acknowledging them at your run site. So the first set of assets we have to share with you, and some of you have seen these before, on the left of the screen is the Team Up for Terry trifold brochure. So this is not customized, well, sort of customizable. It's basically a brochure that explains about forming a team, how to form a team, why would you want to form a team, where the money goes when you do form a team, and a little bit about Terry, obviously. On the back, we've created a space this year where you can add your name and contact information. So this is something you can drop off at a store, or leave in a community center, leave a pile at your gym. And you can add your information to it. And if people are interested in forming a team, they can get in touch with you. On the right is something we've introduced last year that has been extremely popular. This is our, it's basically like a 4x6 postcard, and it's a save the date and registration card for teams. So it's customized to your town or your city name, your run site, and it gives the information about the run, where it is, when it starts, what time it's at, and also has a QR code so that they can register directly to your run site using the card. It's a really simple leave behind. We print them custom for you. So if you need 50, we can get you 50. If you need 100, we can get you 100. But it's a great tool for sharing around your community or with people you know may be interested in forming a team.
Julie,
Yep.
I know people might be interested to find out how they can get their hands on some of those fabulous flyers, those brochures.
Well, yeah. So you can just email us. Easy as that. Teams@terryfox.org.
Yeah, and also I just might add that we will be inserting at least 2 in every run kit or run brochure with all of your collateral and stuff. So they'll come to each run site. And then if you take a look and you want more, just contact Teams.
Okay.
So the next 2 resources are a little bit more geared to our workplace and organization teams. The first is a PDF that talks to the benefits of having a Terry Fox team in your workplace. It's if you begin a conversation with a company or a business or even a BIA or a board of trade in your city or town, and you want to send sort of a quick, condensed story, Terry's story, reasons of, why you would want to form a workplace team, and also how you get started. So it has kind of story, benefits, and next steps. And it's a very compelling document to use. You would email this. You could print copies and hand them out, but it's also a great tool in sort of a one-on-one interaction to email to somebody you're having a discussion with about forming a team. The second asset is a great tool for places that have a gathering place. So a lunchroom, at a factory or basic or a
Sorry,
dental
Jenna.
office at the front. No problem. So what we will do is we will take the poster and we will customize it. So you have to have a registered team. We will take the QR code from the fundraising page of the registered team and add it to the poster. So it will be, the call to action will be, join team Pharma Choice. And they would scan the QR code and they would go right to register and raise funds for that team. So if you've got that dedicated space and you have a place you can also digitally distribute it. But it's a great tool for workplaces and organizations to rally participation and to get fundraising going. You can also, integrate challenges and contests for people who have joined. So there are sort of lots of things that you can build around it as well. Next slide.
So we were going to quickly stop for questions now. Does anybody have any questions at this point in the presentation? And if you do, you can unmute and ask or put your hand up, whatever you prefer. Okay, Leanne.
Hi. Okay, question. So with this customizable poster, so for example, if we were to reach out to a team from last year, Team ABC Company, we could say, we can get these posters customized for you, and then you can put them around your workplace?
So I think in that situation, yes. So we will do the customization, but we would not do the printing.
Okay.
So we would send the customized digital file and they could do the printing and, put it up in their office. But yes, certainly we would do it. And that's actually a great, if you're contacting last year's teams, it's a great asset to offer, them. But yes, so we would create the file, we'll send them the digital file, but we would not do the printing.
Makes sense. Okay, thanks.
Clara.
Hi, I'm the student for the Dundas area. I was just wondering, for the customizable poster that you said we would put in places like the like a lunchroom or something for big businesses, when they scan the QR code, does it take them to the site directly where they can join the team from there?
Yes. So the QR code they are joining, that's why we would make sure to have a registered to be posting them where we have a registered team, because the QR code would go to that team's registration. So the
Okay.
call would be join our team. Here is the QR code. Join this team. Join our team.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Clara, I'm just going to mention as well that Michaela is going to be hosting some Teams meetings or Zoom meetings about social media and sharing some ideas. So if you're interested in joining that, just put your name and email in the chat for us, or you can email teams@terryfox.org and she'll add you to her list.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Yeah. It's a lot of students, so it's going to be and Leanne as well. Leanne's going to be there as well. It's good.
Okay.
Thanks. Darren.
So I think you answered my question, because that customizable poster, you're gonna email it to us, correct? So then we can email it to them, but they can also email it out through their company, whatever email. And for family teams, it would work that way as well, where you wouldn't have a poster, but you could make a family team customizable poster and then send it to family and friends.
That's
Same way, right?
It's a really good thought. It's a great thought for sure. We've used them with workplaces, but I can totally see what you're saying, that they would work for family and friends teams if you were distributing them digitally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks.
Any more questions before we move on? I don't see any other hands.
No, I think you're good.
Okay, so the next slide. Janet, I think this is yours.
No, it is.
Do you mind if I jump in first?
Not at all. Go ahead.
Couldn't find the raised hand on this computer.
Okay.
Sorry, guys, and sorry about the cat she came across.
No, don't be.
Do you need to have a minimum number of members on the team to justify doing this level?
Are you talking about the post? Like, you mean the poster? I think we would consider it for whoever asked. As I say, we've typically used it with workplaces, but I love that there seems to be enthusiasm for using it in other ways. So please reach out and we will, we're very open to trying.
Because I got that list of teams from last year and actually the previous year and what's registered so far. And I don't know that it said how many members are on the team. So that's why I was asking that question.
Don't worry about how many members. So it's really a tool. It's a great tool for exactly that kind of is recruiting participants.
Yeah.
Is what it's great for.
Yeah.
So talk to your teams. Julie mentioned earlier talking about getting to know your teams and getting to know your team captains. We have found it to be incredibly beneficial and helpful if it's possible to have a team lead on your run committee. As I say, if you have the team's mindset and you're thinking teams, then you're seeing them all over the place. This person on your committee could liaise directly with our department. So I understand that not all committees are large, that some are very small, but if there is somebody teams minded, it's a great tool to have. Definitely call and email your previous year's teams. It's I just actually for Run Site printed teams for 2023, 2024, and 2025 to date. It's really interesting to look back a couple of years. Sometimes there are teams that are perhaps lapsed for a year that you might want to invite back. You can sort of see the progression of fundraising each year. So I think it's a great thing to call and email your previous year's teams. And again, just invite in the way that you always do, in the very warm way of just inviting them back to the run site and I'm using a lot in my communications, just emphasizing how exciting the 45th anniversary is, that it's going to be really a special event this year, and just inviting everybody back. Also, when they do register, it's helpful when you have your 2025 teams that are registered to welcome them back. To have some teams are going to be, I think the idea of a meeting spot or a place the team will want to meet and gather merchandise, customized shirts, plug for that. It's a great way of gathering together, but teams usually want to gather, take a picture. So they might reach out to you to see if there's a spot where they can meet. And even Christy actually had a great idea. I can't see her face but to have like a sandwich board, even something simple, sandwich board with a balloon. So Team Siemens is at the, purple balloon to gather, but there are all sorts of ways of doing it simply, and people really want a meeting spot on run day. And then to thank teams post run, just to recognize and to thank the teams for coming out. And our department does, I know that they're a survey, and I think that thanking right as soon as possible, right away for is really, really important. That kind of gratitude and recognition goes a long way. Okay,
Thank
go
you.
on, Julie.
Thank you. Okay, so I wanted to introduce Darren Park. Darren is our run organizer from Edmonton. And, during these sessions, we really like to not just speak at you about, the things that we want to talk about, but we think it's really important to hear from run organizers who are doing what you're doing, or who are sort of in the trenches and taking care of teams every year. So Darren sent me a great email, and he was talking about some of the things that they do at their run site. So they're listed here. But I just thought, you could read through the slide, but I just thought I'd ask Darren a few simple questions just to get a sense of how he welcomes his teams and connects with his teams. And so we're going to start with the first question, which is, how do you connect with your teams before the run?
Christy sends us our list, and we make sure we email all of them, and I try to phone them too. Email is nice sometimes, but it's also nice to get a personal voice. And lots of team captains will even sit down and have a coffee together and get to know each other that way. And I think it's important. The more we can build the relationship, the more they'll do within their organization, be it company, family, sporting teams, whatever, to get out and see us. So we make sure we somehow contact everybody via email first, and then usually a phone call second, to make sure we have talked to everybody.
That's great. Thank you. And I know you told me in your email that you have a summer student this year whose job is going to be to recruit and reach out to your teams from last year and potentially steward some of your new teams. And that's also a great resource if any of you are interested. The Canada Student Jobs Program, which is an excellent government program, will support a student for your run site. We have quite a few run sites that have students working with them, and it gives you an extra resource on your committee to do some of that follow-up and reach out. So then, Darren, when it comes to run day, how do you welcome your teams on run day?
We don't do a very good job of it, to be honest. We don't have a dedicated run spot to come and register in. I don't know how size we are in comparison to other runs. We're about 2,500 people at our run, but our teams come up, and through our information booth, most captains know to come and say hello to me or my second in command, just to come and meet us. They go through that. Some of our larger teams, we do meet with them before, and like you said, or Christy said, I was at her run organizer or run committee meeting last Saturday. The balloons are phenomenal. We just kind of set up parts in our park, like, oh, by the goalpost, by those trees, by that is where your team would go. But using the balloons, it sounds like a phenomenal idea to have teams go to. Some of my larger teams, They go there and register. We help and register them there. They don't have to stand in the line with the general registration. They go directly to their team area. We register them there. We meet them all there. Make sure we get a picture with them and thank them personally, individually, right there.
It sounds to me like you do a pretty good job of welcoming your teams at your run, actually. I think you're underestimating your efforts. And I know you mentioned as well that you do host a welcome teams breakfast, like a kickoff. Do you want to maybe talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I got to give credit to Pam in either either does Oakville or Burlington. I can't remember which one. I stole it from her. Oakville, yeah. So this is Pam's idea. She does it. She kicks it off on April 12th. I kick mine off in July. And one of the things my summer student will do, where we invite all of our team captains down. We get a researcher that has funded by Terry Fox. I work with some of the people that I know through TFRI, and we get a Terry Fox funded researcher to come out and talk at the breakfast, just explain in layman's terms where the money's being spent, what good work is being done. It motivates those team captains to go back to their organizations and families and recruit more, be able to pump up the run themselves. And I haven't had anybody who hasn't grown a team from coming out and doing that, or anybody that said it was not worth their time to come out there and be part of that. It's like going to the Run Organizers Workshop in Ontario. You just get pumped from being there.
Thank you. Yeah, I think those kickoff events with researchers are so impactful because we get so much information from the researchers about what is happening in the world of cancer research. And I mean, every time I go to one, I learn something new and it's fascinating. We can, if you are in an area that there's not a researcher close by, we can always work on maybe doing a virtual or doing something recorded. So, don't be afraid to reach out to us to ask about how we can support you in some kind of kickoff for your teams. And just one last question for you, Darren. And thank you again for being here. What is your top tip for the other ROs on the call today?
Contact them. Just get out there and do it, and don't be afraid. My summer students we're giving that person, we haven't hired them yet, a list of teams to contact. But sometimes it takes 2 or 3 years to get a new team to come. There's a process too where they're getting used to it, and the second year it's like, oh, and maybe the third year they actually do it and get a good team. But keep contacting, stay in contact with people, keep throwing it out there. The teams are important. I was shy with that for the first few years, but now we go on and we just and everywhere we go, it's like, how about a team? You can come out. How about making a team? It's just it's the way things are going, I believe.
It's the ask, right? It's just you got to make the ask, and you're doing it for Terry. We talked about that at the Ontario workshop a bit. That everything you ask for is for Terry, and I think it's hard for anyone to say no to that. I think so. Darren, thank you very much for participating with us and being here today and answering some questions. That was really helpful, and always great to hear from one of our fantastic run organizers. So thank you.
Thanks.
All right, Janet.
So Darren and Julie have done a great job of covering this slide, but I'll just do a little recap. Definitely, if you can, recruit a teams lead in your committee. We have some wonderful team leads out there, so we're happy to put your team lead in touch with other team leads to kind of share ideas, to have a bit of a mentor. Know your teams, know your team captains. Sometimes there are also, you can find almost teams, within a team. You have, a workplace, and then like I'm thinking of one of our very big teams in Ontario, Team Pilsey, that there are suppliers that might want to get involved, and family and friends of your employees and that kind of thing. So the teams kind of start here and they spread, they build out, or there can be offshoot teams and all sorts of fun stuff. Definitely pounding the pavement. And I think that the assets that we showed before are a great, make it maybe a bit more comfortable to kind of walk around and just, hand out a postcard and invite to join the run. We had, I'm not sure, again, I can't see, I'm not sure if Pam is on the call, but she is very good about inviting to her run, and she had president of a company couldn't form a team last year, but the president came out and attended the run and was blown away by the energy and the excitement and just wanted to be a part of it. And this year they will likely be a part of it. So to echo what Darren said, sometimes it takes a couple of years. Just even invite somebody to attend the first year and maybe the next year that there'll be a team. Your board of trade, your BIA, your community hubs, arenas, community centers. These are great places to leave the assets or just to talk to somebody at the desk. I think also we had a great talk at the Ontario Run Organizer meeting about inviting community cultural groups and clubs. New Canadians are often very inspired by Terry's values and by his story. So I think it's great to get out in your community and include and invite different cultural groups. So I think that about covers it for this slide. We've been over the other things.
So the next slide, I'm just going to put this up and I'm going to open it up to questions again, but it was just a little bit of a fun thing we did when we met with our community directors in February or March, I can't remember. But we talked about the T in team. So T is talk about teams with everyone you interact with. E is encourage each committee member to recruit one team. That was a top tip from one of our run organizers in Ontario. She went back to her committee last year and asked everyone to recruit a team, and her team's revenue like quadrupled because she had each person on her committee invite a team to the run. A is attend community events and share team information. M, make a team's welcome recognition area at your run site. And S, send a thank you to your teams after the run. So just a little bit of a fun what teams stands for. So while that's up on the screen, I'll just ask if there are any other questions. We want to open it up for conversation for sure.
I had a question. You spoke about customizing the t-shirts for a team. Is that something you do, or is that something they would do?
It's something that we, so I'm not sure if Catherine is still on the call, but Catherine looks after that. For us, you could contact the teams department. There is a minimum of 5 shirts in order to customize, and the customization is $3 like additional to the cost of the t-shirt, but it makes an incredible, like a very compelling statement on run day. So you could just reach out to teams@terryfox.org or to Catherine directly. It's also on the website, a link to you can order the customized shirts directly in the Teams shop on the website and specify your customization if you wanted to do it that way, or send us an email.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And can I just add something to that point? The best way of sort of moving that forward is if your team's captains, this is a service that we provide one-on-one directly to our team captains. So when they're aware that they can order shirts for their teams and they can customize their shirts, they can do that directly through our team's site. So they're wearing them on your run day. They're promoting your run even before that. If they're wearing them even earlier, because what we do is we get these orders in, they are sort of paid as soon as they place the order. This revenue goes directly to your run site. If they're registered to your run, they receive those shirts in advance of your run. They're promoting your run. They're wearing those shirts in the community. And so it sort of is a plus for you on your side. So if people come to you and say, hey, how do I get these shirts personalized so we can identify our teammates on run day, you can direct them direct to the team shop, or you can direct them to us and we will assist them. Just so you know, there's a whole department behind teams that will help you get those questions answered. We'll do some of that work for you, some of the lifting for you.
We have a question from Richard.
Yeah. Yep.
Go ahead, Richard, if you want to unmute.
Yes. What's the latest we can order these custom shirts? Or how much time do we need if we want to receive them for race day, run day?
I can't remember the date.
We are super generous. I feel like we are super generous with our days now.
Michaela knows.
Interrupt.
Yeah, please.
It is August. Sorry, I'm just pulling it up. So it's going to be the 29th of August. From what Catherine said, that might be able to be slightly flexible, but that's currently the date. So you have ample amount of time.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you.
Any other question? We could talk about this stuff for hours, so please bring your questions. We are ready.
Do you guys have any ideas to share with us, things that have worked, to share with others on the call?
It's a quiet group tonight.
Quiet group today.
In one of the pictures that we showed earlier, and I could probably go back to it. I don't know if you noticed, but there was a team holding a sign and it had their team name on it. So that's our Stouffville run, and they have someone donate those signs every year. So they have a printing company donate. It's almost like our lawn sign, but it's a team. Let me see if I can get back to it. Here it is. See on the left where it says Terry, there's Team Terry. So she has those donated every year. And the team they do a team photo every year with all the teams with their sign. It's kind of a fun idea if you can find a sponsor or not a sponsor, but a donor for those signs.
And
Allie.
Allison Stoneman has a question.
Actually, it's a tip.
Oh, good. I love a tip.
Even better.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bring
even
it
better.
on.
When your run teams register and you're introducing yourself or welcoming them back, it's always good to see if they can challenge other people in their industry if they're a workplace team. For example, my physiotherapist has a team in every year, and the first time he joined, I encouraged him to reach out to his competitors in our city, and we got 2 other teams from that. And then last year he did the same thing again, and one of the physiotherapist offices couldn't participate, but they donated $1,000 to his team. So it was well worth the simple ask of that team members.
That's
Great
awesome.
advice.
I love to
Yeah,
hear that.
love it.
Great advice. Yeah.
Any other questions or thoughts? Someone's got, I think, a TV on in the background,
Yeah, I
maybe.
think
If
so.
you could mute, that would be great. Sorry.
I'll just go ahead and mute.
Any other questions or hot tips? Richard.
5 years ago in 2020, I was pretty new into my stand-up journey.
All right, sorry. One of those pictures you showed with a selfie frame, can we order those or is that custom made or maybe sponsored by somebody, or what are those?
The frames are going to be in the Run Organizer resources on the website, so you can we can provide you with the specs for that, and you can have that made.
Yes.
Cool.
Highly recommend if you can find a printing group to work with you. It's always a good partnership.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I was we didn't put it in the presentation. I'm going to just show you our team. This is our team's Instagram. You may want to follow. We're going to have lots of tips. We do a lot of tips for team captains, but we will also share some other tips as well. And I know you're probably all members of the Run Organizer Facebook group, but we're also going to be sharing some information there this year. So if you want to scan this QR code, you can. It'll take you right to our Terry Fox team's Instagram, and you can follow us. With respect to social media, we haven't talked about it much, but as I mentioned earlier, Michaela is going to be doing some work with some summer students and some run organizers who have a social media person on their team. So if you are interested in getting some tips on social media and promoting your run on social media, definitely reach out to us, and we will make sure that you are included in any information we share from that perspective as well. Any other questions or comments or stuff to share? Clara.
Hi. I was just wondering, for like the tip that provided, was it saying like try to get the businesses in the community to kind of like rival? Like if it's like 2 like optometry clinics or like 2 like family doctors, like you go to one place and say, oh, this optometry
I love it. It's so
Yeah.
funny, Clara, because we're always, I mean, we're always like, we're low barrier and we're non-competitive, and but there's everybody likes a challenge, and our teams definitely challenge each other. And also within a company, you sometimes will get like the accounting department challenging the marketing department. So there are lots of ways of creating energy in a fun way. I love, and companies love a step challenge. There are lots of creative ways to frame, to integrate with health and wellness, and to do, Terry ran so many kilometers and then track progress towards that, or do a step challenge, to see who has the most steps. So there are lots of ways of creating fun challenges within that also serves to, train or prepare for the big event, the Terry Fox Run on September 14th. So you're totally right. Yes, there are those challenges can create great energy.
Okay, and then so my like for the social media help, like just putting my email in the chat, like that's all that you need.
Michaela, did you get Claire's email?
Yeah, I got your email, and I'll be sending one out tomorrow, so we can chat more then.
Okay, thank you.
And I was just going to remind everyone as well that we have like things like challenges and things like that. We have a lot of resources on the Teams page of our website. So if you want to take a look there, it's mostly geared to team captains, but it's a great place to send your team captains if they're looking for any of that kind of information. So definitely take a look there, and we can send that link out with the video as well so that everyone can see that. Right, Kathy?
Yes, perfect idea. Yeah. We'll send out the link, and we will be following up on Friday with an email, just sort of recapping today's or tonight's session, and we'll direct you to our Run Organizer YouTube channel, where you can also find some other interesting videos.
I think that the big takeaway though, oh, sorry.
Do you see what I just put in the chat?
No. Oh, here it comes. It's coming through, Christy.
I love
It's
that,
the coolest thing.
Christy.
I have no idea how my
Beautiful.
committee did it. I could find out. I know it was super, super simple, but I sent one of the committee members on the Calgary committee last year all of the teams that had registered, I think the Friday before, and he made this image. And if you can see closely looking at it, and there's an error in it, so this was not the final print, but you can see every team name is listed in there. It's so pretty, and we hung it.
Wow.
I think we printed them like at 11:17 and just hung them, a whole bunch of them, from our like registration tent and our merchandise tent and and then a lot of team captains actually asked us to email them their image, so they could have that as a keepsake.
That's incredible.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Like a word cloud Terry.
So creative. Mhm.
I think if nobody has any questions, just to sort of wrap things up, just please know that we're here. What's that?
Right on.
My children are in the room and are super annoying.
got it.
Sorry, you guys.
We are here for you. We are available by phone. We are available by email, teams@terryfox.org. It's super easy. You can email us anytime. We are happy to provide resources. We will have them done as quickly as possible and send them out to you. I think some of you probably already have some of those postcards, and hopefully they're working for you, and brochures. But if there's anything that you need, just reach out. We are available.
Great.
And we love working with you. So don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Congratulations.
Best group in the entire world, our Terry Fox Run organizers. We are here to serve you. So please take advantage of every opportunity to connect with us, to talk to us. We will help you reach your goals. We'll help you exceed your goals because we are living them with you. So please reach out. And thank you so very much for spending 52 minutes with us today.
Wait. Mark, did you have a question?
Yes, I do. Thank you. Just asking about getting contact details for team captains from maybe previous years. How far back can you go? Because I've only been doing, this will be my 4th year in Duncan, BC, organising, and I wonder how many years previous you can get contact information.
Okay, so if you're emailing people,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of years.
Yep.
When we send some mailers, we can go out and we can go back an additional year. But in terms of emailing and phone calls, we try to stay, because of the castle rules, we try to stay within the 2-year time frame. And so that's sort of our starting point.
Okay, thank you.
But we're happy to send you your lists as well. So if you would like your lists, we're happy
Yeah.
to send them. Just send us a quick email and we'll get those off to you right away. It's easy for us to do.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Great question. Okay, that's a wrap. Thanks everyone for joining.
Thank you all so much for
everyone.
everything you do, and please call us. Good luck with your teams this year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go teams.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.
Take care, everyone. Thanks.